Thanks for staying with us. All right, so our hot topic today is about a story we picked up from Dr. Shola Adeoye. He's posted this on his page, and we thought it was an interesting conversation to have. So somebody had reached out to Dr. Shola saying, Dr. Shola, I lost my marriage because of my job and Lagos traffic. I leave home by 5 a.m., I get back 11 p.m. My husband was responsible for all the children because his office was close to the house. Even though he makes more money, he's a good husband and father to my kids. He begged me many times to find a new job, but I just enjoyed the glory of being the head of HR in a bank. On Saturday, I go shopping. Sundays, I go to church. I'm there from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Suggesting she's probably a worker. He was quite patient until last year when he asked me to choose between my work and family around the issue with my pastor and my mom. And they advised me, why would you leave your job because of a man? No, stay in your marriage. What is that? Well, long story, stay in your job. They advised her to stay at work. Why would you leave your marriage because of a job? No, stay at work. Long story short, the man left her with the children, and she's feeling she might have made a big mistake. And the reason why this story was quite interesting is because lots of career women every single day are faced with these kinds of choices. How do I sacrifice my career, my ambition, my goals for family? Which one should I choose? Can I have it all? Have a fantastic career and still be a great mom, be a great wife, be a great church member, be a worker in church. You know, you go to church on Sundays, and you know, especially a worker, you have to go for pastor's meeting, clinical meeting, you'll be there to counsel on all sorts of things. And she gets home at 4 p.m., this person in particular. So if you go to church 8 a.m., that means you're there till 4 p.m. So all that.
And she wasn't getting home till 11, no?
No, that's during the week. That's during the week. And on Sundays, she gets home 4 p.m. because she has to go to church. Now, regular people go to church 8 o'clock, you come back like 12 noon or 1 p.m. But for her to be there till 4 p.m., that means that she's a worker. There are other things you have to do.
She's serving God.
She's serving God. So these are life choices that women are faced with every day. They tell us we are the nurturers. Yet we go to conferences where women say, you have to excel in your career. You have to achieve. Don't let anybody pull you down. Don't let anybody make you feel like you can't achieve what a man can do. You can do times 10 better. Thank you. They empower us. And with these empowerments, we want to do better. And these are issues. So please call us on the numbers on the screen because it's a conversation worth having. Call us on 081 076 41679. 09024163440. You can also tweet so that TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourviewTVC so we can read your tweets.
Hey,
Nemo, would you like to start?
She made a very grievous one, and if she can.
Oh, you think she made a mistake?
Yes, if she can remedy it, run, go and beg Oga on your knees if it's possible. Reason is because in this life we must be clear what has value. We must be clear what has value per time. And women, let's not be ashamed to admit that sometimes we are not the nurturers that we claim to be. Some women are better workers. Some are not nurturers. Their strength is in that job, not in raising kids. And if your husband is a better father and a nurturer by mistake, because you know the gender is now all that way around, admit it. Tell him this is your strength. I need you. I'm flying on your wings to come out tops as a mother. It is on you I'm depending to show up. Because women will now come and say, we are not. And you know that if they put everything on the table, you cannot continue to be in that position for your kids. In this story, she admitted that he does everything for the children. He earns more. He's closer to work. Which one you value more? He didn't say stop working. He said change your job.
Yeah.
So we must, when you see other women making these compromises and using mind to work, the one that paid me the most that she wrote there that it was sex-starved. Are you a wife? If you are a wife, it's true. Let me say it point blank, because this is my own reality. My husband and myself left the house this morning. We left a little boy sleeping, waiting for a school bus. That's the reality. But I know where to play my game. As I'm living here now, I'm showing up at my son's school for open day. As I'm living here sometimes, I'm going all the way to the other one school. I went for the last open day. I'm making a balance at it, running this crazy shit, but I know what is most important. Right. What I will not sacrifice in this world is that my husband, those children. There's no, if somebody give you half advice, you put the remaining one.
Okay, just like you rightly said, not every woman is like that. Some women are career-driven, where they believe in their ambition. Yeah. some women, because many of us believe that listen, we are better managers. Women are better managers of companies, we're better administrators. We can actually, because many companies usually thrive when their top executives are women. Yeah. So because of that, you feel like you have a bigger ambition to help more lives. That's like, yeah, your family is nuclear, which you have support system, but as the head of this huge corporation, lots of jobs are dependent on your leadership. Lots of families are dependent on you. So there's this huge and big vision of dream that you have. So some women find it difficult to choose one over the other. So let me come to you.
Okay. Well, I'll be honest. When I first heard half of the story, the half that her husband gave her the ultimatum. When I heard your husband gave you an ultimatum, leave your job or lose this marriage, my advice was leave your job. I mean, you can't give up your job because of a marriage. You know, the way we give advice without getting the entire picture. Now, a lot of people take advice without painting the entire picture of what you have done. So when you go and meet a pastor or meet your parents and tell them that my husband has given me ultimatum that I should leave my job, what would they tell you? They'll say, don't leave your job for any man. If anything happens to you, if anything happens to him, how would you survive? Don't leave your job for any man. But they are not giving them the entire picture of what you are doing with that job and what that job is costing you.
Thank you.
And that is why it is important that while you take advice, like Nima said, add your own. Because you have to take stock of your decision and its impact. Because now you're taking stock of it after you have made a choice to your husband, who you know is a good man, who you know is providing, who you know is making sacrifice, and you tell him, I cannot leave my job because I am what? I'm so proud of my feeling or what? And now it's costing you marriage and living in regrets.
HR or bank, that's huge. You get that overnight.
That's the job that comes to trade.
When it comes to marriage, marriages don't work without sacrifice, compromise. You must be willing to make it. And it happens on both sides. We as women tend to talk about the sacrifices we make in marriage, but we don't listen to the sacrifices men make in marriage. They also make sacrifices. They also make sacrifices. I made a sacrifice when I said when I had my 7-year-old and I said I was not doing makeup here. Mariah made a sacrifice when she had her last born. You know, that we grant this thing like, if I'm making sacrifice now, I might lose all. No. Many women have made sacrifices concerning their jobs and they came back because your heart is in the right place. You can leave your job for 8 years, come back. Auntie Enya has spoken about how many years she had to stay with her daughter. She's back doing everything.
But let me ask that fundamental question everybody asks. Can't we have it all? I mean, the people ask this question all the time. That can we, because someone will tell you that if you are able to get a proper support system here and there, if you're able to put things together, you can have it all where you can have a successful career. You don't have to sacrifice your marriage or your children or family. Others will say you have to choose one. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, in this case, this woman was going to work and coming home every day at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So that's on one hand. Then on Saturdays, she was going to the market, coming back late. And on Sunday, she was going to church till 4 p.m. So which all?
Did she want to have?
So she wanted all, but nothing for her husband. She wasn't ready to give anything to her husband. She
why is husband so important?
Because, you see, a lot of the things, I'm not really concerned about the husband right now. What about her kids? What about her kids who are growing up without a mother? They only have a father figure. They don't have anything coming from the mother. Because when you decide that, oh, I want to be an all-career woman, don't have children. You don't have to. You can have a husband and not have children now. When people do it all the time, must you have a child because you are married? Did you marry because of children or did you marry because you want to be with somebody? So if you wanted to be with a man, the two of you will just be doing lovey-dovey, no children. So because once you have decided to have children, those children are your responsibility. You owe it to those children because you have decided to bring them to this world.
Somebody will say, why is it usually women that make the sacrifices all the time? You know, like, so according to her, he's doing well and he's doing very well and his office is obviously near the house, so he can have access to the kids. But she's the head HR of a bank. It doesn't happen overnight. So why is it her that needs to sacrifice that glorified role? Because it is a huge opportunity.
Let's talk now. Is she the first head of HR? Other women have done this thing and they have balanced it. She could have done this thing and balanced it. She's the one that scattered it. It reached her turn. Scatter. You can be at the height of your career and you know how you escape. When I was getting married, my auntie was advising me, saying, Nima, you can do lunch and meet your husband. You know you have deficited something in the night. You can do lunch. You can have a break in between work. And I do that thing. It works. I could leave here sometime. If why can't you bundle me inside taxi one evening? I was ready home. They gave me dinner, gave me lunch, and sent me with underwears and brush to my husband in the VI. Sometimes you make this, you do this thing. When you show up, the person feels valued. You can't put a person in a relationship that is, so you're supposed to be compromising certain things for and say, because I'm HR. It's the madam inside the house. Because if it's either you're ready for marriage or you are not. And don't let anybody brag at your face with all this big English of head of HR. Women have done well, amazingly well in their official capacities and amazingly well in their homes. Such that the husband, if he knows that the woman cannot also pull all that strength with children, and he has the way, he will do that for her. This man you said takes care of the kids. Just show up one day with flowers and roses, dress up the house. Me, I will call my younger sister when they are visiting. Are you going to stay the weekend? Okay, if you are staying this weekend, my husband is working. I will sleep over. And that person knows to take care of my kids and everything. And I will not show up to my kids except on the phone. Because Oga too has his needs. Then we will come back and I'll say, I just need my job. I want to keep my job. You know, it's fulfilling me and everything. So, okay, go on. That's how you get away with it. Not that you just abandon. She clearly said, and she didn't tell the pastor and her mom this fact. I don't think that they would have advised her where they did.
When you want to even take advice, I don't know. These pastors, are they counselors? Did they go to?
They've started going. They are now counselors. But back in the day that they're not counselors.
She didn't tell them.
They've all taken courses.
Skipping you till 4 p.m. Advise you not to leave your...
When we come back from the break, I will address that part.
We'll come back. When we come back, we'll discuss. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.